Thank you, Madam Taiba. This is Atyanu, today's speaker. First of all, I thank Royal Students Welfare Society for providing this platform. Today, the topic of our discussion is why nutritional plan fails during Ramadan. First of all, I discuss what is Ramadan. The month of Ramadan gives an opportunity to focus on healthy eating and maintain a healthy lifestyle. We will discuss is fasting healthy, importance of sahur, what to have for sahur, exercise during Ramadan, what to have for iftar, and smoking. First of all, is fasting healthy? During fasting, the body enters into a fasting state about 8 hours to 12 hours after the first meal. During this process, the body uses glucose as an energy source, and once the glucose supply ends, the body then utilizes the stored fat to power the body functions. In case of prolonged fasting and depletion of fats reserves, the body may consume protein for energy, which is unhealthy. During Ramadan, there is a sample opportunity to replenish energy stores during sahur and iftar meals. Thus, with a balanced diet containing carbohydrates, fats, minerals, nutrients, and salts, breakdown of muscles and proteins for energy can be prevented. Fasting also contributes to detoxification of body, whereby harmful toxins from the body are removed. Then, importance of sahur. Sahur during Ramadan may seem difficult to consume as one has to get up from deep sleep to eat. However, it is very important not to skip this meal to help sustain energy levels throughout the day. What to have for the sahur? Take foods that release energy slowly, example grains and seeds like barley, wheat, oats, semolina, beans and lentils, wholemeal flour and basmati rice. Choose fiber-rich foods including bran, cereals, whole wheat, grains and seeds, potatoes with skin, vegetables such as green beans and almost all fruits including apricots and figs. Drink plenty of fluids except caffeinated beverages like coffee, tea, energy drinks or the cola. Then, what to have for the iftar? Start with fruits, dates, and fresh juices as they are good sources of glucose. Have a light meal and not a feast to avoid overburdening the digestive system. Avoid drinking too much water as it may lead to fatigue and stomach pain. Then, exercise during Ramadan. Exercise during Ramadan is really very necessary for our health. During fast, our body is less active due to reduced food intake. Therefore, strenuous exercise should be avoided. Instead, choose to take a light walk or do yoga. Smoking. Smoking is a major cause of cancers. Ramadan is a good opportunity to quit smoking. Talk to your doctor for the best way to eliminate this habit. Ramzan fasting is a form of time restricted feeding which combines a fast and feast period daily for a duration of 1 month every year. During Ramadan, Muslims abstain from food and drink consumption from dawn till sunset, and this change in the meal schedule and frequency results in significant changes to the composition of diet, such as energy and the nutrient intake. These changes in dietary habits and their corresponding effects on cardiometabolic disease risk are compiled in this review. Ramadan fasting shows limited benefits to body composition via reductions in body mass in both healthy and obese individuals, although the results are often found to be transient and heterogeneous. There is, however, a more consistent improvement in blood lipid profile during Ramadan fasting, which often lasts beyond the Ramadan period. The results for glucose homeostasis, on the contrary, are more conflicting and inconclusive. The heterogeneity in findings from the various studies can be generally attributed to cultural variations in dietary habits, differences in the duration of fasting due to seasonal climatic differences at various geographical locations, age, gender, and socioeconomic status, as well as other health and lifestyle factors of the various study populations. Ramadan is the holiest month for Muslims all around the world, whereby the following of its practices is obligatory for all healthy Muslims. Fasting during the Ramadan month is one of the five essential pillars of the Islam, and this practice is considered an integral part of the faith. Globally, over 1 billion Muslims fast during the month of the Ramadan, and the total time of fasting ranges from less than 12 hours to as much as 19 hours each day. Fasting during the month of Ramadan originated in the 7th century to commemorate the month that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ received divine revelation, and its purpose to attain spiritual growth, better self-control, and learn kindness. Ramadan fasting is a form of time-restricted feeding which combines fast and feast periods daily for a duration of 1 month over a year. Ramadan fasting constitutes abstaining from food and drink consumption from dawn till sunset, which is typically followed by a feast. In addition to the changes in the timing of food and fluid intake, Ramadan fasting results in significant changes to both energy balance and the composition of the diet. Ramzan fasting is a mandatory practice for all healthy Muslims and it is one of the five pillars of Islam. Its uniqueness as a type of time restricting feeding results in dietary habits that are unlike any other type of the fasting or time restricted feeding diet. In particular, Ramadan fasting leads to changes in nutrient intake and the composition of diet, although the changes are variable based on location as well as culture. The effect of Ramadan fasting on health outcomes is an important investigation to understand the link between abstaining from food and water during daylight hours for an entire month and human physiology. Furthermore, the high occurrence of cardiovascular diseases in Muslim communities makes these investigations particularly pertinent. While recognizing that fasting during Ramadan is not an experimentally rigorous time restricted feeding regimen, its advantage is the availability of a very large number of data sets. Recognizing the potential bias, it is fair to assume that due to religious conviction, most will comply with time restricted fasting. Ramadan fasting has been shown to be a some benefit as it causes significant reductions in body mass in healthy and obese individuals and in some cases reduction in body fat percentages as well. This can be explained by the fact that the human body adapts during fasting to slow down basal metabolism and utilize fats more efficiently in conditions of negatively energy balance. The most promising health outcome due to Ramadan fasting appears to be an improvement in lipid profile, which often extends even after the month of Ramadan fasting. An improvement in lipid profile could be beneficial for the cardiovascular system as is protective against coronary heart disease. The results for glucose homeostasis are more conflicting, and there are only a few studies showing an improvement in fasting blood glucose levels. And given that fasting measurements are often measured at different times, pre and post Ramadan fasting, this is of some concern in the interpretation of these findings. Furthermore, inconsistencies in the results of various studies investigating the effects of Ramadan fasting on health outcomes can be explained by the above mentioned limitations, such as differences in the duration of fasting caused by the seasons and climates, variations in dietary habits and socioeconomic status, different study methodology, and the age and gender of the individuals, as well as other health and lifestyle factors. When comparing Ramadan fasting to other types of the intermittent fasting, such as alternate day fasting, time restricted feeding, and modified fasting regimens, it can be observed that the effect on body mass and composition is more pronounced in other types of intermittent fasting. Many of the studies involving other types of intermittent fasting show weight loss that is less transient than Ramadan fasting. However, the effects of other types of the intermittent fasting on metabolic parameters are mixed and no more conclusive than Ramadan fasting. One of the limitations of investigating the effect of the Ramadan fasting on health outcomes in the lack of longer-term prospective studies. For example, the cumulative longer-term effects of the Ramadan fasting for 1 month every year for several years are yet to be established. Indeed, this is an area of focus that should be investigated in future studies and is of significance in understanding the longer-term health implications of Ramadan fasting over a number of years. Overall, this review shows that there are some aspects of the Ramadan fasting that results in an improvement in health outcomes. The type of diet, in particular, is an important arbitrator of the effect of Ramadan fasting on the health. In cases where there were positive changes in the diet during Ramadan, there were observed improvements in the health outcomes. In particular, it is recommended in Islam to have a balanced diet rich in fruits and the vegetables. Studies that showed improvements in the body composition or metabolic parameters were found to have fruit and vegetable rich diets, thus following these recommendations more closely. On the other hand, studies of the Ramadan fasting in countries with diets rich in saturated fat did not show favorable results. Furthermore, it is recommended in Islam to have moderate food intake and be physically active during the Ramadan. The positive effect of physical activity during Ramadan fasting can be observed in studies involving physically active individuals where a decrease in body fat percentage was observed in most cases. As such, there are many different conditions that play a part in Ramadan fasting and have varied effects on health outcomes. All these factors need to be kept in mind while following an optimal Ramadan fasting regime to obtain the maximal health benefits that this religious practice is meant to impart. Furthermore, now discuss changes in the dietary intake. First of all, fluid intake. It is widely believed that we need to consume approximately 7 to 10 glasses of water per day. Given that water intake is highly restricted within period of Ramadan, in the first phase of this review, we will focus on the impact of fluid restriction on the levels of dehydration. This potentially causes an alteration in the kidney function, whereby water is reabsorbed by the body instead of being excreted in order to maintain fluid balance. As such, there is effective water conservation during Ramadan fasting by maximizing urinary concentration as well as decreasing obligatory urine output. However, prolonged dehydration induces a degree of stress on the concentrating ability of the kidneys and affects the efficiency of water conserving mechanism. The resulting hydration status of those whose fast is still unclear as there are conflicting findings regarding their level of dehydration. Hydration status is commonly measured by the serum osmolality and the urine specific gravity. In a study by Ibrahim of 18 healthy young men during Ramadan fasting, it was found that serum osmolality levels were within the normal range, and the homeostatic mechanisms kept serum osmolality at normal levels. All these studies reveal that hydration status of those who fast is independent on their water intake habits and physical activity status. Nonetheless, while Ramadan fasting has been shown to result in adequate fluid intake in some studies, it is not clear whether it causes acute dehydration or chronic hypohydration due to the above mentioned factors that play a role in determining the hydration status of those who fast. Moreover, negative water balance that may be caused by Ramadan fasting does not seem to have any determinable health effects in the long term. Finally, in terms of renal function parameters, studies investigating the effect of Ramadan fasting show that there was a significant reduction in serum creatinine, estimated glomerular filtration rate, and urinary albumin creatinine ratio in healthy individuals, but the decline was within the normal range. In Muslim patients with type 2 diabetes, there was also a significant decrease in glomerular filtration rate after Ramadan fasting. In patients with chronic kidney diseases, one study showed there was an increase in serum creatinine in those who fasted, while no significant change was observed in another study. Then we will discuss food intake pattern. During Ramadan fasting, there is a variation in the frequency, timing, and composition of the meals eaten. However, a common pattern during fasting is one meal taken before dawn, sahur, and the fast is broken by a second meal at the sunset, iftar, which is typically a larger meal. As the number of meals consumed is reduced from three or more or two meals daily, the overall amount and types of each meal eaten are changed. These in turn also affect energy and nutrient intake. Due to the latitude and longitude variations between the various nations where the primary data are obtained, the duration of fasting between sunrise and sunset varies. It is therefore a difficult challenge to integrate food intake pattern and nutrient intake to generate comparable results. Some typical examples of pre-dawn sahur and post-dusk iftar meals are shown, which reveals a diverse food intake pattern based on geographical location and the culture. The change in the composition of meals eaten during Ramadan is expected to contain more carbohydrate-rich foods in the form of fruits, juices, and dates. In study of 366 Ghanaian adolescents, it was found that consumption of milk and vitamin A-rich foods increased during